Good time zones, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lime Rock Park. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are not at a speedway, we are not at a super speedway, we are not at a short track, but we are at a road course here tonight on Racers Elite Network. I'm Mike Taylor up here in the booth along with the one, the only Andrew Teft. And the man behind your beautiful views you got today, as always, Christian Hill. Thank you guys so much for joining me up here in the booth for this very interesting race that we're going to do right here tonight. Um, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the schedule before we fully get into things. So tonight we are at Lime Rock Park. Next week we're going to go short track racing over at Richmond. Before we head off to Daytona International Speedway to round out December, and then we'll be back for the new year on January 6th when we come back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So we just got 3 more races before our holiday break, and then we'll come back fighting for the final 5 races. This track is an absolute one of a kind. It is a short track. It is a fast track, but you go left and right. It's only 1.5 miles. These drivers can get around this place in just about 55 seconds or so. This place opened up here in April 1957, and NASCAR came here for the first time, just I believe it was last year, I think it was, when they came with the trucks. So we're definitely excited to bring that kind of passion back here tonight. And let's go ahead and take a look now at our racing points. Andrew Blair Holloman, he's on top with 217 points here for the Tuesday Night Truck Series race. Do you think any of these drivers in like the top 6 here are going to be able to catch Blair at any point in time?
It'll be tough to catch him on points. I'm mostly focused on bonus points for the chase at this point in the season. It does help if you can beat him in the standings, position-wise. It's an extra point there, but let's see, about 20, 30 points behind. That's positions on the track. That'll be tough to do in the few regular season races that we have left.
I got you. Well, right behind him, it's Sean Dunaway, so he's always pretty strong everywhere we go, and Patrick Millett making some noise this season in the top 3. We're just getting ready to wind down now. Just got about 3 minutes here before we go green flag racing. Yeah, so let's take a look here. Driver of that number 36 machine, Stephen Luttrell. He has been pretty strong here throughout the season. So Stephen Luttrell, he's looking to make some noise here at Lime Rock as we catch up here with Frank Chavez in that number 23 Raptor. What's that? Ford Mustang or Ford Mustang? Ford F-150. It's very often. It's not often that we have, trucks for me, and I still get them all mixed up. But yeah, so Frank Chavez, he's looking to make some noise here in the trucks tonight. Blair Holloman, he just put down a really good lap time there. Up in if it will update for me, there it goes. So Blair got up there to that second spot. Alex Gates in that number 77 machine, sitting about 5th fastest. Brandon Sanfilippo in that number 12 Chevrolet, he's looking for a little bit of redemption as he's going way off. That's something all these drivers are going to have to watch out for is with these trucks, they're a lot of fun on road courses, but they could be an absolute pain if you're not careful.
Got about a minute left of qualifying. I see about 27 trucks on the grid. It's a pretty large field. It's pretty short in terms of road courses and length, so there'll be a lot of passing, and I think lap traffic is going to be a big factor just because the field is going to be so far spread around the track.
Yeah, definitely, and that's something that I am anticipating. Probably, I would say probably within the first, I don't know. Probably within the first like 10 laps, I think we might start seeing some traffic, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. On the pole, it's going to be Troy Thomas in the number 88 Chevrolet, followed by Blair Holloman in his number 32 machine. Row number 2, we have Cliff Adams and Sean Dunaway. Row number 3, Alex Gates and Jesse Fox. Row number 4, Truth Hope, Stephen Luttrell. Row number 5, Aaron Roth and Jordan Sailors. Row number 6, we've got Timothy Eisburn and Barry Nelson. Curtis Ecker and Chris Grozel will make up row number 7. Row number 8, we've got Alan Bergen and Pete Polini. Row number 9, Alan Wild. And I would assume that would probably be Kyle Hess up there next to Alan Wild. And then it's going to be Alex Teft and Brandon Sanfilippo, Jonathan Stidham, Kensley Smith, Mike Fudge, Philip Archibald, Frank Chavez, and Patrick Millett will round out your field. So really good run out of Troy Thomas in that number 88 machine. He's normally right around like 7th through like 11th normally, and so him up here getting pole is an absolute great thing for him today here at Lime Rock Park as we get ready to go green flag racing. Are you, Reese? Oh, there you go.
Should have a picture back here momentarily. Drivers are just on their warm-up lap right now. There we go.
Yeah, there we go, and got some really good look at some of these drivers here as they get ready to rock and roll here at Lime Rock. I'm absolutely excited. I've been looking forward to this for a couple weeks now, so I'm so glad that we finally get to sit down, buckle up, and get to enjoy this racing here at Lime Rock. Because as I said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, trucks and road courses is an absolute joy to watch, as the drivers are going to come down the hill and head towards the final corner here. And your iRacing pace truck, he's going to get ready to pull off here as Troy Thomas, Blair Holloman, they will bring the guys down here to the green flag. 45 laps is your distance, 5 sets of tires, 65% of fuel, and the green flag is out right here at Lime Rock Park. A little early on that call, but we are green flag heading down here into turn number 1. Troy Thomas has the position that you want to be in, but here comes Cliff Adams working on the right side now of Blair Holloman. He's looking to overtake for that second spot as everybody else is still running side by side behind him. Blair Holloman, he will go ahead and overtake for that third spot. Cliff Adams, he'll fall. I'm sorry, Blair Holloman in the second spot, Cliff Adams third. Alex Gates will come out right now in that fourth spot, and Sean Dunaway, he will take over that fifth spot as we come up through this quick, I don't know what, right, left, right section right here. It's very technical, it's very tight, and if these drivers, you know, if they overshoot, then it's going to be absolutely dramatic going up the hill there through that section as they come around to the start finish line for the first time as they complete lap number 1 of 45 laps. So far everybody is doing a decent here as we look here back at that number 39 of Jordan Sailors. He's sitting there right behind Stephen Luttrell in that silver Zoo Yost motorsports machine. Yeah, Stephen Luttrell's pulling away just a tad here, but Luttrell's, he's starting to put more pressure here on Aaron Roth as they climb up through the hill here once again. And this hill is absolutely blinding. As you are coming up, you don't know what's on the other side. And let me tell you what, the first couple times that I've driven this track, it was absolutely scary. Because you come up and you have no clue where anybody's at, and you pray that there's not a driver in front of you. As we currently ride on board now here with Jordan Sailors as he comes through turns 1 and 2. Turn 1 here is actually a very unique corner. It's what they call a decreasing corner. It means it starts out wide and then it gets tighter as the corner finishes. So you kind of have to treat it kind of like as a two corner here. But just look at this view as they come up here through this hill. As you're right behind here, you see absolutely nothing until you get here. Oh, and there goes the 57 of Aaron Roth. He will spin it around. No harm, no foul so far as he's looking to get himself back facing the correct direction. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it can turn as you come up through those curbings up through the uphill section. If you hit them just right, it will absolutely just take you out. But so far, you know, right now that's our only incident so far of the night as we're taking a look here at the number 28 machine of Barry Nelson as he is working on the back bumper of Chris Grazel. He kind of got into a little contact there with him, but here comes now Alan Wild in that number 33 machine looking to make a move but not able to get alongside as they will now come up through the uphill section.
It's like 39 got off course a little bit.
Yep, Jordan Sailors got off track there, just like you said, got off track. And again, it was up through that uphill section. And I was watching through practice, Andrew, that a lot of people were having a lot of issues getting up through that uphill because they were either going too fast or they're just going too slow, which just kind of jumbled everything up.
Yeah, we're running the Grand Prix configuration of Lime Rock Park, and last time we were here, we ran the classic configuration, which just has a hill in that crazy zigzag area that they call the uphill, and just a lot of awkward transitions and asphalt and stuff right there, and the hill, of course, and you get a little bit light, and Easy to lose grip over those transitions where the two configurations kind of converge.
Yeah, this section here, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Road America. Coming to the start-finish line, as you come up and over the crest, you have absolutely no clue what's going on past the start-finish line until you get on top. As you see Barry Nelson get way loose out of the final corner.
Yeah, the truck is pretty light through that downhill area. Those are some pretty fast turns. Track's got a little bit of everything. First part of it's pretty intricate and slow, and then toward the end you've got some quicker corners and longer straights, and you've got a little bit uphill, a little bit of downhill. It's just got everything you could want in a road course.
Oh yeah, for sure. We have showing that Pete Pellini had a issue on track in his number 47. I'm going back here just to see if it's worth going back to look at. Nah. We had a pass for the lead. That we sure did. Looks like Blair Holloman, he was finally able to take over the race lead from Troy Thomas. As we come back here and take a look, coming up through that uphill section, Holloman just gets one heck of a run in that number 32 machine, and they will run side by side here through this downhill section now into the final corner. This final corner is so fun when you hit it just right, and that was a beautiful pass there by Blair Holloman in that number 32 Chevrolet.
That's a really unique corner. I can't think of another one quite like it. Final corner here.
Yeah, as I turn laps here, in the MX-5, because the MX-5s, that's one of the first tracks that you will drive here on iRacing, is right here at Lime Rock. And man, once you figure out that line and you can almost go full throttle, you get into something like the truck and you want to go full throttle, but then you got to remember you got a heck of a lot more power than an MX-5, so you have to lift just a little bit. But man, it is an absolute blast, as Troy Thomas, he is now all over the back bumper of Blair Holloman here for the race lead. Heavy brake there into the final corner. Holloman starts to pull away from Thomas here just a little bit. And now they're going to do it all over again as they come down the straight here. And he's looking, getting down onto the inside, not able to actually pull along his side. But that was really close. It looks like Troy Thomas may be able to get his nose under Holloman here at some point, as they are now reaching the back end of the field. And I believe that is, that's Mike Fudge right in front of your race leaders now. So now these guys are going to start to play a factor in your race lead. All right, there they go. So your first two got around the lap cars just fine. But now Holloman has pulled out to a little bit more of a lead here as they come flying down this front straightaway back into turn number 1. And Thomas, he's not wasting any time getting around these lap down cars either, as they go barreling down into turn number 1.
Yeah, Troy is definitely one of our strongest drivers on road courses. He spends a lot of his time running his GT3 league. He's gotten a lot of practice over there, and you can tell he's always really fast.
Oh yeah, definitely. When you come from a road racing background, you take one of these things, and you just got to pretty much remember you're in a supercar, and then you're good to go.
The window for pitting is starting to open also. All these guys are going to have to pit one time for fuel.
Yeah.
when I did a few laps in practice, I was able to do about 35 laps, and the race is 45 laps long, so you need about 10 laps worth of gas. So at this point, they could pit and hypothetically make it to the end. So you see a variety of strategies here. Some guys might split it in half. Some might go long, take 2 tires, or just a splash at the end. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, definitely gonna be very interesting to see what happens here. Wait. Oh, big off there by that number 57 of Aaron Roth. He's having a little bit of issues keeping that number 57 machine on track, as he is starting to fall back, as you see Kensley Smith right behind him in that number 15 Napa Chevrolet. He's Kensley Smith, he's slowly starting to come through the field, but something tells me Kensley's not much of a road racer with him being all the way back here.
Yeah, Kensley, I think he's got the same kind of philosophy as me. Just kind of keep all 4 wheels on the track and see what happens. Sometimes the guys in front of you make mistakes and you can pull one off. I think we'll see him toward the top 5 by the end of this thing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something that you know, he's really good at, is keeping his nose clean and, you know, being there when it counts the most, even if you're not the fastest. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there, as we have
A little bit of smoke.
Yep, that Stephen Luttrell off track once again in his Toyota.
It's really easy to upset these rear tires, especially over these transitions and stuff in this zigzaggy area.
Oh,
that was close. And once they're upset, the tires are really hard to cool back down and find grip in them again. So,
yeah, I believe that. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's all good. Once you see somebody go off, you usually see them go off a few more times because the tires are just so hot.
Yeah, I was actually getting ready to say, I believe that was Jordan Sailors that we saw get off big time there. So just coming through the final part of this, yeah, he just got loose coming over that crest, and just the back end gets so loose there, and oh, even more contact. Yeah, he's definitely gonna have to come down pit road to get that vehicle worked on. Jordan, the Sailor's not having a really good day here so far. As we jump back here for this battle for 3rd place between Sean Dunaway and Alex Gates. Sean Dunaway, he's moved up a couple spots since we've gone green flag racing, and then they all get themselves sorted out. As you see, Gates gets a little bit sideways there, getting back on throttle as they're heading towards this uphill, up onto that curve. That's something that you want to avoid, because if you hit it too hard, you're going to lose all that speed, just as you saw right there.
Yeah, I hadn't seen a curve quite like that before, so I wanted to hit it in practice just to see what happened, and didn't know whether to call it a turtle or a curve or what, but the car didn't seem to like it when you ran it over.
No.
Kind of looked like pencil erasers or something.
Yeah, definitely it's one of those unique curbings in all of iRacing. Like, they have, like, a lot of them are like universal, right? But then when you get here, forget it, it's a whole different beast. You know, I really can't say that, because now with Watkins Glen into the bus stop there, they have a whole different curbing situation there as well, as we are now looking at the back bumper of Alex Gates, looking at Cliff Adams.
People are probably wondering why I'm talking about turtles if they're not familiar with curbing terminology, but just a type of curb in NASCAR. They call them turtles.
Yeah, I mean, Turtles, they've come a long way. I mean, we went from calling them curbs, then we've called them sausages, and then we've called them turtles. I mean, then the next we're gonna start calling them tires. So I mean, we'll see what NASCAR comes up with next. As this battle here for this fourth spot here is really heating up as they are coming up and over this crest now, heading back down towards the final corner now. Oh, big wobble out of gates. Nice and easy does it. And that time, Adams got a little bit sideways out of the final corner, but he's still able to hold a decent amount of speed coming down here back into turn number 1. And it looked like Adams kind of overshot just a little bit. And oh, big wobble again out of the 77. Hold on to it, Gates. That's when you know the pressure is on. When you start getting the truck in front of you slipping and sliding all over the place. And now here comes that number 80 of, once again, a Cliff Adams right back to that back bumper. And we're about to find out if he can make a move heading back here into the final corners. He's falling back just a little bit too much there. Gates just has so much power coming up through that uphill section that he just starts to pull away from Adams, and then Adams just catches him right back here on the front straightaway. Now we're going to jump back here to Kensley Smith, trying to get around Kyle Hess here for that 12th spot. And right in front of Hess, you have Chris Goskell. So this here's your battle for 11th right here. Definitely really close here. You know, Hess has been doing minding his P's and Q's here as well. I'm starting to notice, you know, who's really good on road courses and who's not. And so Hess and Kensley Smith back here, I think they're just relaxing, you know, just picking them off one by one as this race goes on. So now, as you said, you know, we're in that point in time where they should come down for a pit stop, but how are you going to divide it? Would you want to go like halfway, or do you want to wait until, you know, you're completely out of fuel? What would you do in this case?
For me, I usually like to pit around halfway, but it also depends if I'm in traffic or not. If I know I'm coming up on a pack of cars that's going to slow me down a bunch, sometimes I'll just get off strategy and pit earlier to save time on the track.
Yeah, definitely a good strategy there. As you saw, Gaskell kind of get off track just a tad, and that's going to tighten Hess right back up to his back bumper as they head to the heavy braking point for the uphill.
Sometimes you get off pit road and you're in a better aero situation, don't have a bunch of trucks around you. You can make some better lap time.
Yeah, definitely. As you see, Hess now trying to figure out how he's going to get around Chris here as they come down into the final corner. It seems like Gaskell, he's kind of holding these guys up just a little bit, I think. As you see, Kensley Smith coming in to make a move on Hess as Hess goes way wide. And Hess is like, all right, it's your turn, Kensley, go get it. And let's get around this guy. So let's see how long it takes for Kensley Smith to get around Chris here as they come to this back straightaway, heading towards the uphill section as we currently right on board here with Kyle Hess. Smith gets sideways under braking, able to control it, But that's still not going to do these guys any good, as we see Hess get extremely sideways as well. And now you see Kesley Smith and Chris both starting to pull away from Hess here. So that's definitely very unfortunate there for Hess coming out of that uphill chicane.
Yeah, Kensley's just kind of picking them off one by one here.
Oh, contact!
Literally,
And
I guess.
that is going to send them both into off track. Nobody hits the wall. That 707 of Chris Gosel is not going to be one happy camper with Kensley Smith, as both of these drivers start to pull away from the incident scene. Let's go back. And right on board, as you see, Kensley Smith, he just throws it down into the corner. And that's all she wrote for these two drivers, as these guys will now fall all the way back to just about 14th, 15th. And unfortunately, it does look like the 707 got the short end of that stick as Kensley Smith starts to pull away. And Kyle Hess is up there saying, "Ha, thanks, Kensley." I'm sorry. That was horrible. I had to.
I'm afraid to talk about anybody. I want to cause a problem.
Hey, you know what? I'm not down there racing with them, so you know what? Kensley, what were you thinking, man? Come on.
Broadcaster's curse.
Yeah, right. I mean, but also, you know, I also think about it from both sides, you know. You know, there was something there that Chris could have done as well, you know, instead of, you know, you see Smith coming, you know, and if it looks like he's going to try to dive bomb, you got to kind of give him the space, which Chris really didn't do as he turned into the corner. So, I mean, it could have gone either way, as we have another car off track, which is Aaron Roth once again in that 57 machine. But, you know, it's a shoulda, coulda, woulda moment, and unfortunately, Chris Gosel got the worst end of that whole deal there. So we take a look here at Gosel, still trying to come make some moves, and we got Sean Dunaway coming down pit road, and Alex Gates, he's coming down right behind him as well. So now some of your race leaders are starting to decide that it's time to come down pit road for fresh tires, as we are right about that halfway point.
Said pit speed was 35 miles per hour. It felt very slow, so I wouldn't see. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple guys getting nabbed for speeding here.
Yeah, definitely something that these guys have to pay attention to. As you see Sean Dunaway coming out, as we come back to this battle with Kensley Smith and Stephen Luttrell, as they run side by side coming down the hill, and they're going to continue to run this out. And now Luttrell is behind Kensley. Let's see what kind of moves Luttrell he decides that he's going to make on Kensley Smith. Cliff Adams, he's come down pit road now.
I think Blair's got to keep an eye on Troy here. Troy's already come down and made his pit stop, and Blair's still out here on his older tires.
Yep.
Lap 25 right now, so I don't know if tires are going to matter that much. I'd just be afraid to give Troy that much time out there on fresh stuff.
Yeah, definitely. As we have what, just about 20 laps to go now. So it's going to be very interesting to see how long Blair Holloman decides that he's going to stay out. And I am watching.
Gates is off track a little bit.
Yeah, that's definitely something we don't really see out of Alex very often, is getting off track like that. As he almost gets rear-ended there by a lockdown car. I'm not sure who that was. Oh yeah, it was Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine. He almost got into the back of him, getting into that chicane uphill. As we take a look here at Blair Holloman, he's who we watch. Oh, one car goes way off track. That's the 99 of Philip Archibald.
Oh, he's got his number back on his truck. Last few weeks
don't get used to it. Yeah, I know the past few weeks it's been who's driving that truck, and I can never remember who doesn't have the number. So, thank you for putting that back on, Philip. I appreciate it. Yeah, Philip Archibald back there, and right now running that 19th spot. As it looks like he's going to go ahead and come down pit road for his pit stop. And that makes it, as we have just about 6 or 7 drivers that have not come down pit road yet for their pit stop. As we come back here with Timothy Eisburn, who's having a pretty decent day in that number 92 machine, keeping all wheels on track. I know that he was having a lot of issues as we got past Mike Fudge in that number 2 machine, who was off track there. But Timothy Eisburn, he's been doing a phenomenal job today. So I'm very, proud of Timothy, and looking forward to see him continue to move up through the field here. See if he can get a better finish here today. Big wobble out of him that time. Now Kesley Smith is coming down pit road. Brandon Sanfilippo, he's coming down pit road as well. Blair Holloman, your race leader, is finally coming down pit road.
It looked like Troy was fighting quite a bit of traffic. If Troy manages to pass him while he was out there on new tires, then Blair might have to battle that same traffic. He's going to have much fresher stuff, though, depending on what he does here.
Yeah, definitely.
And for 10 laps, maybe you just splash and go and go as far as you can, but
yeah, so I'm showing that Blair and Troy, they both only took 2 tires, or they probably just did fuel only, because they were both only in their pit stalls for 8 seconds. So, oh, Kyle Hess just had a big off. Not exactly sure what happened there with him, but he'll get a tow back to pit road. As we take a look here at that number 55 Truth Hope and that Target go-ahead machine, he's having a decent day here, but he still has to come down pit road. So it's going to be very interesting to see what his tactics are going to be for the remainder of this race. Definitely a really good run for him so far. I think if he can finish in the top 5, I think Truth is going to call it a really good day, as he puts another lap down. And here comes Truth now, getting his truck down here onto pit road. Hopefully he's not down here too terribly long, as your race leader Blair Holloman is now past him to retake that top spot. As we catch up here with that number 69 of Jesse Fox, who was just duking it out with Tim Eisburn there, and Tim Eisburn has started to fall back a little bit.
Looks like Blair managed to stay in front of Troy, even after he pitted. He's got himself a nice little gap.
Yeah, I'm looking at about 8.5 seconds between your top two. So Blair Holloman is definitely on the absolute Blair of speed today for sure.
Can never get too comfortable here, though. There's a lot of traffic.
Yeah, that is definitely very true.
Some trouble with Alan Bergen.
Yeah, Alan Bergen.
Trouble between Alan Wild and both the Allens. Alan Bergen.
Yeah, let's go back here, take a look, see what happened here in turn number 1. Oh, the double zero of Alan Bergen just lost it getting into turn number 1. And that definitely caused a lot of issues there for Alan Wild. So, unfortunately, Alan, he's going to have to turn around and try to make things happen here. As we have one truck pulled off to the side, that's going to be Jonathan Stidham, and that number 42, possibly having some electrical issues with that 42 machine, as he's gets it refired. Let's take a look here. I'm not sure what happened with him there, but he's got it running again. It looks like he's back up to full speed, so definitely an unfortunate situation there for Stidham, as he fell all the way back to that 22nd spot.
A little bit more off-track activity the last few laps. Saw Alex go off in the 43. Didn't see any major damage.
As we continue to watch, whoa, a lot of activity back there behind the number 8 of Curtis Ecker. Not exactly sure what that mumble of trucks are doing back there, but Curtis has his eyes set now on Jesse Fox for that 7th spot, as they are coming through the right, left, right section. It's very, you got to have that rhythm down through that section if you want to have a good run here on the back straightaway heading to the uphill chicane. As you see there, Curtis just jumped up on that curb, and Fox was able to pull away just a little bit there on him. So that's just proving right there, how much that curbing will affect you as a driver. So if you want to try to avoid that as much as you can. And Alex Teft in that number 43, he's coming back out on the racetrack right in front of these drivers. As we jump back here between that 0-1 machine here of Sean Dunaway, now on the back bumper here of Troy Thomas for that 2nd spot. Sean Dunaway's doing a fantastic job today here as well. He's showing that he's not afraid to turn left and right in that Hello Kitty Chevrolet. So he's going to get back to that back bumper of Troy Thomas to see what he can do with Troy here in the closing laps of this race, as I believe we are coming to 10 to go this time by, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so so just about roughly 10 minutes of racing for your race leaders here. And so now that it comes down to how hard you're going to want to run, and how much will those lap down cars in front of them become a factor. And I'm talking about Curtis Ecker in front of him, that 23 machine, he's going to pull off to the side here just a little bit, let your race leaders go around. And now it's going to be all about Curtis Ecker. See what he's going to do, allow these drivers to get around him, as this battle for second is definitely starting to heat up a little bit here as we come to the final 2 corners of this speedway.
Yeah, Sean might be a little quicker here. It's a little tough to pass. He's having to put his nose places a little more aggressively.
Yeah, we have one truck heading into the pits. That's the 40. No, I think that was the 43 of Alex Teff there on the exit of, coming out of the final corner. As we were right on board with him. He's coming down, just he hit that little bump right there in the center and hard into the tire barrier there, and he's going to go ahead and bring his car back into the pits here, get some repairs done on that Racers Elite Tony Stewart throwback number 43. As we come back up here with the 57 machine of Aaron Roth, who is chasing down Kensley Smith right now for that 9th spot, as they will run side by side, slight contact, and they're going to come down the hill onto the front straightaway, and they're looking to go 3 wide. I thought they were going to go 3 wide there for a second. But as of right now, Kensley Smith is not able to get around that 8 of Ecker, as they are still running side by side here in turn number 1. More contact between the two. Ecker goes off, and that's not going to make Ecker too happy there. And now Kensley Smith has his eyes set on that is a lap car in front of him. The 18 has now gone around. As you see these drivers now right there. Help if I was live. My apologies. I was looking at something else. So Aaron Roth, he's not giving up on that back bumper of Kensley Smith just yet, as they will run single file down back into turn number 1. Roth now racing really, really hard here with Smith and Ecker. The 18 around here once again. That will be Patrick Millett, who's having a tough time here today. As we come back up here with Sean Dunaway still and Troy Thomas, as we get the 5 to go signal this. Yeah, this next. No. Nope. They'll get the 5 to go next time. Troy Thomas is doing one heck of a job keeping Sean Dunaway behind him. You know, Sean Dunaway, he can be very aggressive, but yet be so patient. And once you get Dunaway right behind you, and he starts to toy with you a little bit, that's when he will pounce when you make that mistake. But right there, as you guys saw, Dunaway made the mistake, and Thomas started to pull away. But you give him, probably just about a half a lap. Dunaway will be right back on that back bumper of Thomas as they come down the front straightaway here once again. 5 laps remaining here at Lime Rock Park. An absolute beautiful facility, fun racetrack to drive. As you guys seen it here today, here on the Racers Elite Network, these drivers are having fun out here, door banging and trying to make passes in places where they really shouldn't try to make passes, but we've been seeing it all race long. And here into the heavy braking zone Sean Dunaway back onto that back bumper now of Thomas. Thomas makes the mistake now in the uphill, and that's going to bring Dunaway right back to the back bumper as they come through this double right-hander to head back towards the front straightaway. Here comes Dunaway now looking to the inside, not able to get alongside, as he will have to just back it out and continue to run single file here on the back straightaway with 4 laps to go. So Sean Dunaway, he's quick. He can make him run, but it's just going to be a matter of time before he makes that run on Thomas and try to take over that second spot.
Yeah, Troy's struggling just a little bit to get the power down in those really slow areas, getting back up to speed.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and he's also feeling that pressure now from Sean. So it doesn't surprise me that he's trying to get into the power when he shouldn't be, because he's trying to get that better run off, and that's just hurting him, you know, leaving these corners. So Thomas has just got to remember, you know, to take a breath and not to push so hard. As Sean Dunaway hard into the wall, sideways, and he will get his machine face back in the correct direction. And Troy Thomas can breathe, because now he has just about a 3-second gap, or 2-second gap back to Cliff Adams. So that's definitely very heartbreaking there for that 0-1 of Sean Dunaway.
Luckily, he had a bit of a gap, so it should just cost him 1 spot if he can bring it home.
Yep, Alex Gates sits about 7.5 seconds back from Sean. I'm sorry, 7 seconds back from Sean. And there's a 6-second gap up to Cliff Adams. So definitely very unfortunate there for Sean Dunaway, trying to get the better of Troy Thomas, but in this case here, Dunaway got the short end of the stick and made one error, and that caused it for him. As we jump back here to Curtis Eckert, and who's he battling back here with? Aaron Roth and the 32, it looks like. Or, I'm sorry, the 39 of Jordan's. Yeah, Curtis Eckert, Jordan Sailors. These guys are battling it out here for that 8th spot. As you see them starting to get around that target machine there of Truth Hoke. Truth's pace has definitely died out a little bit here late in this run, as we have Truth Hoke almost go sideways. Aaron Roth back off track, and now he's side by side here with Kensley Smith. Roth, he will retake that position, but here comes Curtis Eckert looking to make the attack here, but not able to get a good run, as they will head down this back straightaway, heading up to this uphill chicane. And this here is your final lap. Oh, Jordan Sailors hard into the tire barrier there in the uphill chicane. But ladies and gentlemen, where are we at? So, okay, so yeah, we still got a little bit of time here. Right on that back bumper is that number 80 of Cliff Adams. Now on the back bumper, Troy Thomas. He's looking to make a pass here. Not able to do it. But ladies and gentlemen, your race winner, Blair Holloman, driver of that number 32 Chevrolet, he will bring it home first. As we see Troy Thomas, Cliff Adams will bring home second, and third, Sean Dunaway will come out of the final corner, bring it home fourth. And Alex Gates in that number 77 will bring it home fifth. What a fantastic drive today out of Blair Holloman. He did lose some time there on Troy Thomas. He did go from just about 8-second gap all the way down to 4.38. So Holloman was just riding his race while everybody else was really pushing to try to catch him. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, Blair Holloman had a fantastic run. As you see him have some fun coming back around to the start finish line. Getting a little bit of a love tap there from the 88 Troy Thomas. As these two will bring it down the front straightaway. Just finishing this race is an absolute big accomplishment for a lot of these drivers. As you see Blair Holloman doing the burnout right there. I ain't gonna lie, Christian, that was absolutely a beautiful view. Oh, hard contact. Ouch. Man, that was a hard hit. But Christian, that was a beautiful view of Blair starting his burnout right there. That was awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look here at our race results before we take a short commercial break, and we'll come back talk to our top three. So let's go and take a look here at our race results. Blair Holloman, once again, gets another hard hit from the 77. We'll bring it home first. Troy Thomas, after out-dueling Sean Dunaway, will bring it home second. Cliff Adams will bring it home third. Sean Dunaway, he only fell back to fourth, so unfortunate, but fortunate at the same time. He'll bring it home fourth. Alex Gates will bring it home fifth. Truth Hoke, what a strong performance out of that number 55 machine. Will bring it home sixth today. Jesse Fox in the 69 will bring it home seventh. Kensley Smith and Curtis Ecker fought all the way back up to 8th and 9th, and Aaron Roth, despite with his off tracks here today, he will bring it home 10th. So what a good run out of Aaron, not giving up. Patrick Millett, Jordan Sailors, Barry Nelson, Timothy Eisburn, and Alan Wild will round out your top 15. 16th is going to be Philip Archibald. Brandon Sanfilippo will bring it home 17th. Chris Gozel, Jonathan Stidham, and Frank Chavez will bring it home for your top 20. 21st, Alan Bergen, Mike Fudge 22nd. Alex Teft will bring it home 23rd. Stephen Luttrell 24th. Kyle Hess 25th, and rounding out your field is going to be Pete Pellini in that number 47 machine. Definitely a very unfortunate day for Pellini there, but all around, what a wonderful race. Let's go ahead and take that short commercial break, and when we come back, we'll talk with your top three.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Lime Rock Park, where we got to see an amazing 45 lap race right here on the Racers Elite Network, powered by iRacing. Big congratulations goes out to Blair Holloman, Cliff Adams, Troy Thomas, your top three. So let's go ahead and start speaking with our top three finishers here today. And we're going to start off here with Cliff Adams, a driver of that number 80 Lager Chevrolet. Cliff Adams, this is Mike and Andrew up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Good copy.
Cliff, what a great race once again for you in that number 80 machine. Lime Rock Park is a total different beast than what we normally see on a week-to-week basis. What'd you do to prep for this race, and did you expect to have this kind of an outcome that you had today?
My goal was to get a top 5. I didn't actually think I would get that outcome. It's the first time I ran this configuration. It's a very technical track. You got to be very careful with the tires, and it's easy to lose it. So my goal was just keep on track and see where it, plays out, toward the end of the race and see where I'm at.
Yeah, and that final couple laps there, you were running fourth, and what went through your mind when you passed Sean Dunaway after he lost it going up through the uphill chicane?
Well, I mean, to see somebody spin out that you want to race against and that you race against pretty often, it's like, oh man, he spun it out. But at the same time, at this kind of track, it's like, that's an easy takeover there. But yeah, I saw him. I was catching him, and I kind of felt like Sean was kind of being held up a bit. So I was like, well, maybe if he can't get around him soon enough, I could get there and we could race for it. But yeah, it was unfortunate to see him spin it like that. But I mean, with this track and how tight it is, sometimes you got to take be happy to take any of them any way you get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew, do you have any questions for Cliff?
I think you got everything. Just wanted to say congratulations that actually brought you up 3 spots in the standings. You're up to 6th now, pretty securely in the chase. We're heading into Richmond next week. How are you feeling about short track?
I like short tracks. Richmond is probably one of my all-time favorite tracks all across all the racing games I've ever played. So we'll see how it goes. I don't remember running the truck there before, but I got to put in some practice and get comfortable with it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to a short track.
Hey, you're in for a treat. That's all I'm saying. It's an absolute blast.
Yep.
Yeah, let's pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
I'll just shout out to you guys for running the league and putting on the broadcast, race control, everybody behind the scenes that makes this thing happen.
All right, we appreciate you, Cliff. Congratulations on your 3rd place finish here at Lime Rock Park, and we will see you at the short track of Richmond next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, a driver of that Ewing Lager Chevrolet, Cliff Adams. Let's go ahead and get your 2nd place driver now of Troy Thomas, driver of that number 88 machine. Troy, this is Mike and Andrew up in the booth. Got a copy.
Hello, gentlemen.
Troy, what a fantastic race for you today here at Lime Rock Park. Very strong battle at the end there between you and Sean. What was that battle like from your point of view?
I seen him catching me, and I was like, man, I'm just going to run my line and had some lap cars get in. I said, I'll just run my own race, and if he gets by me on the outside or something, fine. If he don't, he don't. But I guess he lost it coming down the hill there towards the end. I hate that for him. But it was a fun, tough race, actually.
Yeah, definitely. You guys put on one heck of a battle there for that 2nd spot. What did you do to prepare yourself for this race here at Lime Rock?
I did a couple of practice sessions, but this combination don't suit me very well, but I'll take a 2nd place. I cannot figure this place out in a truck yet. I can do it in a Mazda and everything else, but the truck, I just can't figure it out. But I'll take a top 2.
Well, I mean, I think you pretty much figured it out coming home top 2 there, having a very good, strong battle there with Sean. So I mean, I think you, for the most part, I think you figured this place out.
Yeah,
And
less
oh,
some
go
speed
ahead.
up there though.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a kind of a good finish that you have been needing. I know the last couple of weeks have been a little bit tough for you. Um, but you come out here, you probably moved up a couple spots in the standings, so that's probably going to be big. But Andrew, do you have anything here for Troy?
I think you hit everything again, but just want to say congratulations, and looks like you're pretty securely in the chase. Um, as far as Blair goes, he seems like he's probably the biggest competitor right now, championship wise. What do you think you can do the next 3 weeks? We've got Richmond, we've got Daytona, and Las Vegas to get a win and get some
Practice,
bonus.
practice, practice, man. I mean, Daytona's a wild. Anybody can win that race, but Richmond's a tough place, and Las Vegas, it's like a pack track too as well. So just got to finish and not have bad luck.
There you go. Yeah, let's shoot it back to you for your shoutouts.
Thank you guys for putting the race on, and you too, Andrew, for everything you do for this league and all the other stuff you got going on. Thanks to my teammates tonight. We all worked together. Probably had a good team run together, and congratulations to Blair, and thanking my wife for this and everybody else.
All right. Congratulations again on your second place finish, Troy, and we'll see you next week at Richmond.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, driver of that Mountain Dew Chevrolet, Troy Thomas. Now let's go ahead and bring in the gambler, the man of the hour once again, Blair Holloman. Blair, do you got a copy?
I got you guys. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. First and foremost, I just want to compliment your paint scheme here, giving me that good rent service plus Chevy Corvette vibes from 2001. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to do something different because every time we go to a road course, it's been an ongoing theme. I know Tef's seen a couple interesting ones through the seasons, but I wanted to keep the trend of trying to make a Corvette out of a truck.
Yeah, I mean that's the first thing I thought when I saw that. It reminded me of when I got to actually see Dale Senior race in the Rolex 24 back in 2001. So, he drove that number 3 Chevrolet. So, definitely a cool throwback right there. Absolutely love it. But Blair, man, my man, what a gamble, I should say. Did you take 2 tires or just fuel on that pit stop?
I took 2 tires, only took left sides. The reason being is this track we're making mostly right-handed corners, so much like an oval, the outside tires are going to get cooked a lot more. I was very easy on the throttle, so I thought to myself that took left sides, but I thought to myself the right side, since it's on the inside of most corners and I wasn't really stabbing on the gas and kicking the truck out, that they would be good. So that last pit stop there, I took 6 gallons and I took left side tires and went back out there.
Yeah, definitely a gamble there, and it paid off. But I mean, just how fast was that Goodwrench Chevrolet for you today? And uh, did it play out exactly how you planned it to play out?
The truck was pretty good. It's kind of hard to say if it was really fast. I know through practice, Troy was actually quicker than me, and Cliff was actually quicker too. But when the race unfolded, I saw Troy make a mistake through that chicane, and I had to capitalize quick because I knew once we start catching lap vehicles, trying to pass is going to be very, very difficult. And that first group of lap trucks we passed was very sketchy. So I learned immediately that when it comes to the passing anybody, it's just like, well, hope, pray, and close your eyes when you try to pass one of them. You might get through there.
Absolutely. Andrew, any questions for Blair?
Yeah, just congratulations again. Really were able to navigate all the traffic out there. It's kind of a short place, so it seems like there's always a car to pass out there. And right now you're heading into the chase with 12 bonus points, which is a big help. How are you feeling about Richmond next week and then Daytona and Vegas to wrap out the regular season?
I'm feeling pretty good. Thankfully, it takes a lot of weight off the shoulders. Like we're going to a short track, so it's not like I gotta drive in over the head. Can race a little bit more on the conservative side, which means just go for points, but really I don't have to try to make any overzealous moves. But Daytona, that's the fun one. I mean, we're gonna break out the U-Haul truck for that, and whether it's running at the end or not, who knows? But we'll at least have some fun there. In Vegas, it really depends. If it's a night race at Vegas, it's gonna be a fun one. If it's a day race at Vegas, it really depends on the track temp. But I'll probably be up on the fence there, so we'll either have some fun there or we'll end up in the back with a destroyed truck. Regardless, these next three races, it's a wonderful mix of different things. You gotta love some short track racing. Everyone likes super speedway. Even in iRacing, I know everyone says in officials it's kind of terrible, but it is fun. There's no way you don't enjoy it. So it will be a fun couple races coming up.
Yeah, you're in luck. It is a night race at Vegas. But yeah, let's pass it back to you for your shoutouts.
Yeah, tonight's truck was the 01 Le Mans winning paint scheme when Corvette won down through there. On the left fender was when they had that little tribute to Earnhardt because he ran their car at Daytona earlier in the year. Actually, it was the same two cars that ran there that actually made it to Le Mans. But yeah, I want to give a shout out here. Jordan, he recovered nicely. I know he had a couple incidences tonight. He really did not like this place, and I'm proud of him for sticking with it and getting himself a 12th place finish. Especially good because in practice he was not comfortable at all, so I'm glad he got to get it done. I know my dad's watching. I know my friend Sophie's watching. Hopefully they both enjoyed what they saw here. I got to glance over at the screen going down the straightaway because the TV's just off to the side, and there was battles everywhere, and that's good to see on a road course because you never quite know. Some road courses it's follow the leader, and some road courses you got some good battles, and broadcast looked like it got it. So I want to say thank you, Teft, for putting on the league and the broadcast, and hopefully everyone had a good evening here.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely enjoyed our great battles here at Lime Rock Park. Congratulations, Blair, on your first place win here once again. And we will see you next week when we head to Richmond.
Thank you, guys. I'll catch you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that Zuyos Chevrolet Silverado Corvette wannabe truck, Blair Holloman. Just an absolute phenomenal race. My final thoughts here on this race was exactly what I anticipated tonight to be. A lot of good side-by-side racing, a lot of really good battling. Planned one driver to come out dominate, and that was Blair Holloman. So all around, I really enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it a lot more than I anticipated. So that's my final thoughts. Andrew, what's your thoughts on tonight's race?
Yeah, I thought we might see a beatdown. Just kind of a short sprint race kind of feel, and just not a lot of strategy variance. So just a lot about speed, and thought maybe one guy would just run away with it. That guy being probably Troy, but Blair surprised me, and they really kept it a lot closer than I imagined. Then yeah, just really fun race to watch. There was always something happening on screen. We were a little concerned on what to call each corner and corner numbers and how to call this thing, but it turned out there was just enough action on the screen to call it like it is.
Yeah, I mean, the next thing I know, we're right back at the uphill chicane. So, I mean, I didn't really get far, and then I'm like, oh, we're back here. Okay. So, very quick track, very fun track. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell to hear when we go live next. Want to check us out, racerselite.com. Get an invite here to Discord. Join up in our seasons and free racing that we do, our one-off races that we do. Definitely always a great time here at Racers Elite Network. But yeah, just thank you everybody so much for watching, tuning in. Next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will be heading to Richmond. That will happen at 7:45 p.m. Eastern, as always, right here on Racers Elite Network. Don't forget, tomorrow night, same time, we will take our Xfinity cars out And so we can't wait to see you guys tomorrow night. On behalf, again, my name is Mike Taylor, up here with league owner, fantastic guy, Andrew Teff. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Christian Hill, running your beautiful cameras that you got to see here today. Thank you so much as well. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it and have yourself a beautiful time zone. See you next time.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.